I think this is a really great insight and worth paying attention to, Francis, of the things that bother us may or may not be as highly indexed for other people. Like they may not, other people may not have the same irritations, or if they do, it may not be to the same degree that we have. And on the other side, there are things that you might put a lot of effort into doing really, really well that if you did it at 80%, it would probably land just as well. So be mindful of the places where maybe you are overexerting yourself to try to correct for something. Um, but I also think that these are the kinds of things that make your facilitation style unique. There are people who really like flowery New Age language. There are people who really like precise, basic language. There are people who really like more of technical language, like scientific or jargony kinds of language. So, and that's just on the language. There's, infinite other axes like this. So, I think it can be helpful to move away from thinking of is this good or bad and more this is what I appreciate. And this is part of my, for lack of a better term, part of my brand of facilitation, part of my style of facilitation. In your case, Francis, it might be very precise language that becomes part of your brand. For others of you, maybe it's like a certain kind of playfulness or a certain sort of like training in neurology or something like that. So there's all these different things that add together the threads that make up the style of your particular facilitation. And so, yes, it may be the case that many of your students might not care about this thing that you really don't like in other facilitators, and it may attract the right people. So it's a bit of a thing to play with and experiment with because it could become something that you become known for is the thing that you're like, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this other thing, and that could just be ultimately the thing that people know you for. And that can be cool. So just play around with it.